You are scrolling through your phone and you see her name and you feel that familiar knot in your stomach because she left you on red 6 hours ago. You feel like you're constantly auditioning for a role you haven't got yet, trying to prove you're good enough while she remains indifferent. Evolutionary psychology calls this mate value discrepancy, and it is one of the most painful feelings a human being can experience because it triggers your primal fear of rejection and isolation. But here's the thing nobody tells you. That anxiety you feel, that obsession with getting it right, it doesn't mean you're weak or desperate. It actually means you have a highly sensitive, high-functioning nervous system that is wired for deep connection. You just need to learn how to flip this switch so that she is the one worrying about losing you. So today we are going to cover the 5 specific psychological shifts you need to make right now to trigger her biological desire to chase you, even if she seems completely cold. Number 1 is the pattern interrupt. Right now, if she is indifferent, it's because you have become predictable. In the wild, predictability is safe, but in attraction, predictability is boring. If you always text back immediately, if you always say yes to her plans, if you are always available, you have killed the tension. The female brain is wired to seek dopamine, and dopamine is not released when we get a reward. It is released in the anticipation of a reward. When you are always there is no anticipation. So the first thing you must do is remove your attention, not in a manipulative, angry way, but in a busy, high-value way. Stop watching her stories. Stop initiating the text. Create a vacuum. When you remove your attention, you disrupt her pattern. Her brain goes from, I know exactly where he is, to, wait, where did he go? That tiny moment of uncertainty is the spark of attraction. Now, interrupting the pattern will get her attention, but attention is cheap. To turn that attention into actual obsession, you need to understand how to leverage the information gap. This brings us to number 2. Become a movie, not a Wikipedia page. Most men, when they like a woman, vomit information. She asks, "How was your day?" And you send a 3-paragraph essay about your boss, your lunch, and your gym workout. You think you're building a connection, but psychology tells us you are actually killing the Zygarnik effect. This is a psychological phenomenon where the human brain remembers uncompleted tasks or unfinished stories better than completed ones. When you tell her everything, the story is over. She has you figured out. To make her want you, you need to be a little blurry. If she asks what you did this weekend, don't give her an itinerary. Say, I had one of the craziest nights I've had in a long time, but I'll tell you about it later. You have just opened a loop in her brain. She will now spend the next 3 hours wondering what you did, who you were with, and why you aren't telling her. You are now living rent-free in her mind. But here is the danger. You can use silence and mystery all you want, but if you do it with a fearful energy, she will smell it on you. Women are incredibly intuitive emotional barometers. That leads us to the third and perhaps most difficult shift, the emotional anchor. The reason you feel unmatched right now is that you are using her reactions to regulate your emotions. If she smiles, you're happy. If she's cold, you're anxious. This is called external emotional regulation, and it signals to a woman that she is the leader of the dynamic. Biologically, women are attracted to men who are grounded, men who are the rock, not the leaves blowing in the wind. You must detach from the outcome. When you interact with her, your internal monologue needs to switch from, does she like me, to, do I like how I feel when I'm around her? When you stop trying to manage her emotions and start managing your own, you become an anchor. You stop vibrating with anxiety. And when you are calm, she feels safe. And when a woman feels safe, her guard comes down and her desire goes up. However, being grounded and mysterious is great, but it doesn't necessarily trigger urgency. To make her feel like she needs to act now, you have to tap into a deeply ingrained survival mechanism. Number 4 is the willingness to walk away. In economics, we know that humans are driven more by the fear of loss than the hope of gain. It's called loss aversion. If she knows deep down that no matter how badly she treats you or how indifferent she acts, You will still be there waiting. You have zero value. Scarcity creates value. Gold is valuable because it is rare. Air is vital, but we don't value it until we are underwater. You must be willing to lose her to keep her. This means having boundaries. If she is disrespectful, you pull back. If she cancels plans last minute, you don't reschedule immediately, you go do something else fun. You have to communicate through your actions that your dignity is more important to you than her validation. When she realizes that you're a man who respects himself enough to walk away, her biological alarm bells ring. She realizes you are a high-status male, and her instinct to chase kicks in. Now, having the strength to walk away commands respect, but respect isn't the same as desire. To bridge the gap between he's a respectable guy and I need to be with him, you need to flip the script on who is the prize. This is number 5, the qualification flip. Right now, you are the one trying to qualify yourself to her. You're the seller and she's the buyer. You need to flip that dynamic. Stop putting her on a pedestal. Start screening her. Just because she's beautiful doesn't mean she is good for you.
When you are talking to her, playfully challenge her. If she says she loves reality TV, don't just nod and agree. Tease her about it. Ask her, wait, are you actually trouble? I don't know if we can hang out if you have bad taste in shows. It sounds counterintuitive, but by creating a little bit of friction, by making her feel like she has to win your approval, you trigger her competitive side. You become the prize. You are the standard she has to meet, not the other way around. And here is the beautiful reframe in all of this. You might think that your sensitivity, your deep desire for love, and your willingness to give everything to a woman are weaknesses. They aren't. They are superpowers. The capacity to feel deeply is what makes you a great lover and a great leader. But that energy needs to be contained within a vessel of self-respect. When you combine your deep capacity for care with the backbone of a man who knows his worth, you become unstoppable. You don't become toxic. You become a man of value. You aren't broken and you aren't destined to be alone. You just need to stop handing over your power. If this resonated with you, drop a crown emoji in the comments to let me know you are reclaiming your throne. And if you want to know exactly what to say when she finally does reach out, you need to watch this video on high-value communication next, because one wrong text can undo all this work. Click here and I'll see you there.